So I resume a little bit of, not exactly that busy. So I stopped hearing God. One can see God smiling. The girl who fought was stopping data. So let me resume page 99. So I could merge as well along with the meters long flag that surround the half of the lake. One can see God smiling. So like that. And today, lovely, look at this. ना ऊपर में एक फिल्म आ गई ना, प्योर काउस मिल्क. हमारा खुट्टी वाला कंचा ना पास में रहते हैं. Anyways, very nice boy, good boy. So let me start. So one can see God smiling in the pristine serenity of the lake. Data would hold the machete in her hand, ready to cut the meat, but not ready to respond to what we are trying to make her understand. The ceaseless sound of the heavy and razor-sharp machete cut the leg pieces into the size I wanted. Data is a vegetarian? I asked. No, once in a week she takes, replies Yanya. But asking in the same breath, what does drumstick means? Drum means drum we play with stick, adds Datu Gununu naively. I have to teach Data a lot of works like sewing, weaving, cleaning, cooking. She knows only how to cut meat. Otherwise, people will blame me. She could have become a big officer, looked after the family. Life would have been beautiful, continues Yanya as she collected the chicken pieces and wrapped it up and gave it to me. This is not morning kukuruku, okay? This is अभी तो 4 बजने वाले हैं. In the evening, and lovely cup of don't ask me the taste. When it's pure cow's milk, I don't put cardamom, cinnamon or ginger. It's like pure. कभी powder के बनाते हैं तो then I put. Anyway, sorry, come back to read. How much do I have to pay? I asked. For the leg pieces only or including the rest pieces? Inquired Yanya. Including all the chicken in the coop and eggs in the hatchery, I said jokingly, just to make shy Data happy and laugh her heart out and open up to me. 150 kilogram meat is equal to rupees 180, replied Data almost inaudibly. I paid 180 rupees to Data that she would put in the Monpa traditional bag that she always carries. I looked at the Monpa bag, which dazed my mind, as it's the same traditional Monpa bag I carry. Same Monpa bag, articulates Datu Gununu, pointing at my bag and diverting my focus from the bag on the ground. My bag is cleaner and looks like new because I take care of my bag. It is almost 8 years old though. I bought it from Tawang. Your bag is dirty because you have not kept it properly, I countered back at Datu Gununu. Datu spontaneously picks up the bag that was lying on the wooden plank. Datu picks up the bag and kept it carefully hanged on the nail on the wooden wall of their little shop. But I kept the bag nicely. In pernickety concern, says smooth-tongued Data. We smiled, for we shared the same love for the bag. I left with a smile, warning Data to come back here again for my next chicken slot. You are not only beautiful, Data, you are bolder than me, but not bold enough to think of going to a school. I had to force her to recognize the realities of the world, but in my mind, I couldn't stop praising for Data's daring decision to live on like this in dogs eat dogs world. It seems she finds solace struggling in her own domain as a meat cutter. I remember how Data was struggling harder to spell her name out. I asked her to spell her name. She would spell Data. D. She would start with the letter D, then think. Lost in thinking, look around, then look up the sky as if gathering words and letters from the empty sky. The machete in her hands numbed, lost in thinking, looking for letters. Then she would pronounce E. Datu Gununu, her cousin brother, would interrupt and correct. It's not E, it's A, Data. Hold on. Hi, Mama. No, hato, Momo. Belly, hato. Let me read now. तुम भी ना कैसे? Whenever I switch my camera on, you come, huh? Tabuli, you are so sensible cat. My pet Tabuli. She is not Tabuli. Tabuli, chai piyogi Tabuli? Ah, very nice. Oh, Milky. सब sunbathing कर रहे हैं. Nice sun. Lovely weather. Golden rays. Now, okay. So she's trying to spell her name Data. Then she would regain speed in her thought and reach the finishing line of thoughts. Data, D-A-T-A. She would confidently pronounce her name finally. I could feel it was excruciatingly hard for her to spell out those 4 letters. But Data did it to my satisfaction. I was the happiest unidentified object there, feeling happy in my utmost urgency again to realize that there is something possible still to take out Data from her dark dungeon of thoughts that block her thoughts. She is 13. She should have been in school in standard 6 or 7. I asked Data, teasing the meaning of Data. I put the question to her, breaking the tense attentiveness on her face, trying to get her acquainted to digital natives. Data would listen curiously, attentively, rather to whatever I say. But nothing is of much significance to her than her duty to cut. She shakes her head. The fringe hairs that cover her eyes moves accordingly sideways. Her eyes unwavered, focused on the pieces of meat and the machete in her hand. I was not talking much, lest she might miss her concentration to cut the meat and hurt her hand. The amount of concentration one needs for the fatal profession like this, and an underage girl handling a job like this, means she has attained the power with the amount of energy concentrated in her. I was aware, but Data literally knew in her instinct well. Practice has indeed made her a perfect meat cutter. She finished cutting the meat so meticulously. I repeatedly asked Data in native Hindi, mother tongue influenced Hindi. आपने कभी कंप्यूटर के बारे में सुना है? डाटा उसमें डेटा स्टोर करते हैं. Again in English. Do you know what is computer? Datu Gununu would giggle. Yes, I have heard of computer, but I don't know. I have never seen that. With a sweet smile, Data would reply naively. Computer is an electronic device. What is electronic device? Asked Datu Gununu curiously in her native Hindi. Electronic device क्या होता है? It's like a machine. Programs are processed and stored, controls data. It has the ability to store information and data like you, data, same spelling but different pronunciation, data and data. If you learn computer, you can keep the data of your business data. I tried hard to make her understand, but that Datu Gununu was the one who was engrossed in knowledge and learning deliberately about computing. Data's focus was on the pieces of meat, cutting into shapes and sizes that the pouring customer would command and instruct. Data would satisfy every meat buyer's need, not only in quality but also quantity-wise, catering the fresh and healthy ones. There is 10 grams extra, you do not need to pay, she would utter like a good businessman, but like a good-spirited soul. If you donate pieces like this to everyone without prices, means 10 customers, 10 pieces, that comes up to almost a gram. Heavy loss, Data. Accept that you shall win prize by your karmic deeds. I would enlighten her, but she would not react but smile. A fixed smile is what one can see every day on her face. Reminds that one should not open a shop if they do not have a smile on their face. How many chicken do you procure every day? 50, replied Data. 50 fowl without fowl, I say joking. Data smiles. Datu Gununu smiles alone. What might be running in her mind? Could be the chicken run and the machete only. What runs in our mind is the chicken and the machete only. Rupees 10 to 12,000 is the profit, replies Data, not sure of how much good money they earn, ignorant still about the importance of money. But they earn money. And not yet greed has crept in her. Wait, 50 chicken into rupees 120 is equal to rupees 6,000 a week minus rupees 8 minus 80 rupees into 50 rupees, 4,000 paid to the wholesaler. 2,000 rupees is the profit. Data, you really need a computer now for your data entry. Otherwise you will have a wrong calculations like this. Life today is not only a calculator but a calculus, dear. I ran my fingers calculating the loss and profit for her in my smartphone. She cleans her blood-stained frock with blood-stained hands. Data entry? Mischievously again in my attempt to make her understand actually the seriousness of everything as suggestion to what we are surrounded with. World is running at the command of computer, and there is a mouse to help in running in billions, billions, and billions data smiles. Datas are processed and people become billionaire. I tried to explain in sweetest native Hindi. तुम डेटा मेंटेन करोगे तो बिलियनर बन जाओगे, अच्छे बिजनेसमैन. ये छोटा बिजनेस को बड़ा बिजनेस बिलियनर बन जाओगे. As soon as I finished articulating, Datha and Datu Gununu burst out in laughter in my extraterrestrial inflection of native Hindi. I laughed along, happy to sense their panache to read in between the lines. Data knows now the importance of data entry, right? Still, it seems it's not hard to learn computer, but hard to make data learn, said I. It's after 2 years, I'm here standing on the same spot, but could not spot the small meat shop. They might have left for the village Ligu at Daporijo in Subansiri district. Data used to tell me about her grandfather, who is a priest, who narrates all mythological chants and good morning कुकुडुलकू, ये good evening है. Climate change हो रहा है कुकुडुलकू को भी. Anyways, come back. Okay. Data used to tell me about her grandfather, who is a priest, who narrates all mythological chants and tells them about the significance of Sidoni. She would show me spreading her hands how big is their paddy field at village that extends up to half of the hill called Tabagi. Taba is the name of the area and Gi means mountain. Only the laughter and sound of huge and heavy sharp machete that merged into each other, that was agitating in the air in my mind now, agitating my search for data too. The shop is not there, data is not there. I have shifted my stay at Hotel Doni Polo because my uncle Arun Borang had left the capital for his native home at Pasigat. Near the hotel, there's almost a good shop where all essential things are stored. The name of the shop is Burman Stores. First day I saw a lady, I bought some cookies and a juice bottle. I have never seen you before. Where are you from? Inquired the lady shopkeeper. Next day, I see a girl standing towards the showcase and counting and settling things. Her wavy hair was waist length. I thought it's the lady, but she was wearing a pink harem and yellow top. She turned and hurried to take the calculator. Didi, do you need anything? She asked me. कुछ चाहिए आपको? She again asked me with a sweet smile, but with some credence of native Hindi. Her sharp look was familiar to a popular Doordarshan television artist, permutation of... I stop here.